In this demo, we're going to show how to use OData with hierarchies and include geospatial maps. For example, for a sales dashboard. So it's really easy to do this. All you need to know is your OData URL. Once you have your OData URL, you just treat this like any other data source. You create visualizations, you can do filters, you can do drill downs. It doesn't matter. Let's take a look and see how this works. Before we start looking at how to consume OData inside of Reveal, let's take a look at the data source we're going to use. So what we want to use is a Northwind data feed from services.odata.org. The way that OData works is tables or entities are exposed through collections driven by URLs and URL parameters. So for example, if I paste in employees, I will see all of the data for employees. And you can see that this is encoded data here because there's images with the employees. So we have text encoded data, which is an image. And I could just pull this into a table inside of Reveal and build visualizations off of it. If I want something like the customers table, let's copy customers and we can just paste customers in. And there we go. This is my list of customers. The nice thing is you can do parameterized queries and you can really just treat this just like you would any other data source. So now let's check out how we can consume this inside of Reveal. So what I'm going to do is copy this URL, minimize my browser, and now I'm inside of Reveal. I'm going to click New Dashboard, and what I want to do is add a new data source, which will be this OData feed. So let's click OData feed. Let's paste in that URL. And what this is going to do, if once we hit continue, is give me a list of all my tables. So this is just like any other data source. So if I scroll down, I can see that I have all of the entities that are available to me through that OData feed. What I want to do is grab the table products and categories first. So here we have all of our categories, our products, and units in stock. So let's go ahead and select that data. And now I'm in the visualization editor just like I would be if I was using any other data source. So let's go ahead and give this a better name. And I want to actually show how to do a hierarchy for this data. So I'm going to start with the category name, and then I'm going to add a hierarchy underneath it of product name. So you can see now that for the beverages category, I can do a drill down and see all of the product names that are in the beverages category. Let me drill into confections and I can see all of the products there. And I want to look at the units in stock. So now I sort of have this pivot view. I have the total number of units in stock for the beverages category. And if I drill down, I can see the individual values for each product name within beverages. So let's go ahead and change this to a more interesting visualization, maybe a bar chart. And what I want to do is go to units in stock. I want to set the sorting to ascending. I want to update that field. And now this looks pretty good. So I have a visualization here connected to OData. And the nice thing is, when I select one of the values on the tooltip, I can drill down and actually do a drill down with the visualization, which is pretty slick. One thing I want to do before we save this visualization is I want to remove the legend. So I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to say uncheck the show legend option. And you know what? Why don't we change the color to purple? That looks kind of nice. And I'm going to check the box and we have our first visualization. So let's go ahead and add another visualization. I'm going to use the same OData feed. So I'll grab this and I want to show sort of a map of where all of our customers are, or how many customers are spread across what regions in the world. So let's go ahead and grab customers. I'm going to select this data. And what we have with customers is, for example, if I just grab company name and country, you can see that we have a country field, and that country field is something that can map to the geospatial choropleth map that ships with Reveal. And even cooler if I just drag up this guy, and you can see here, whoops, that if I have this hierarchy now, you can see that each country will show me the individual companies within the country. But let's get rid of all this, and I am going to change my visualization to a choropleth map. And a choropleth map is driven by individual files that represent regions of the world. So based on what you want to show, you can select a specific region. So in this case, if I just wanted to show, for example, North America or Eastern Asian companies, I could do that. But what I want to do is show the entire world map. So what I'm going to do then is say I want my country to go into the location, and now that country field maps based on the string value to data inside of my world countries file. And then for value, I really just want to get a count of the rows that are in the table to show me the density across this map. So you can see here we have anywhere from 1 to 13 companies based on the shade of blue that's being used. So this is pretty slick. It allows you to very quickly do sales dashboards, customer dashboards, anything with all of the built-in maps that we ship with Reveal. There's another type of map that we'll talk about in another video called a scatter map, and that allows you to use actual tile sources, sort of like a Google map. So I'm going to go to settings as well. I am going to change the color of this to orange. I kind of like how those colors look, and we're going to change the name of this to customers by country. And now we've got our customers by country, and you can see that our legend is updated. And then I want to add one more visualization. We'll use the same OData feed, and let's go ahead and use a visualization that kind of shows us sales data. So we've got category sales for 1997. We've got product sales for 1997, product sales by category, summary of sales by quarter. Why don't we take a look at this data? This has a date time field, it's got the order IDs, and it's got the values. So let's go ahead and check this. I want to go ahead and create a line chart using this. So let's do a line chart, and I want to have the ship date as my x-axis, my subtotal as my y-axis, and that's cool. That looks great. But what I really want to show is the values by month. So let's go ahead and change the date aggregation to month, and I'm going to update the field, and now you can see we have a nice chart which is showing our summary of sales by quarter. Let's make this look a little bit better. So we have a nicer title. I'll click done, and I can get rid of the legend here too. I really don't need to repeat the fact that that is the subtitle. And even if you want, you could change this to a different color if you'd like. I'll check the box. And of course, Reveal is looking at this as an auto layout. So it positioned each visualization correctly on the canvas for me, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and give this a name. We'll call it OData Sales Dashboard. Done. And that's all it takes to use OData feeds to create hierarchies with data and to use maps to create sales dashboards in Reveal. To learn more about Reveal, check us out on the web at revealbi.io or on Twitter at reveal_bi, or shoot me an email, jasonb@revealbi.io, if you have any questions.